der Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland.
There will be lots of drama, that is for sure. The gloves are off.
Attacke.
What amazing battles going on.
Da musst du alles auf den Punkt bringen.
Oh my goodness.
Da wird's eng. Wow, da geht einer massiv fliegen.
What an amazing move.
Das ist Rennsport at its best.
There was rain in Austria during training at the Red Bull Ring, making puddles in the paddock. But what the hell? The Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland still goes all out, even in these conditions. Rain is always special, even more so at the Red Bull Ring. Once the rain has set in, first few laps you look where all the water is, then you just feel your way to the limit. Try not to get too wet.
This special track is very short. It's quite tricky, late, hard braking zones.
In beautiful surroundings. The panorama in Spielberg is special. With all the up and downhill sections here, there's a lot on offer. The season's next to last race weekend with 2 races on this Formula One circuit. Looking forward to it, I'm more than ready. Ready for races 13 and 14 here at the cool Red Bull Ring. Welcome to Styria. And this guy knows his way around here. Hi, my name is Horst Felix Felbermayr. I'm going to take you for a spin around the Red Bull Ring, my home circuit. On the 4.3-kilometer track with its 10 bends, an exclusive lap with a 19-year-old Austrian at the wheel. Start, finish straight. We arrive at the first bend at over 200 kilometers per hour, braking just after 150 meters. Then through the corner in 3rd gear and really pay attention to the traction so that you can carry enough speed for the long straight and really achieve a high top speed at the end. At turn 3, there are always fans in the grandstand on the left, which is cool to see. Turn 3, a hairpin, braking on the inside again in the rain. 1st gear, pay close attention to traction here. Then at the top left, you can see the Schönberghof, a beautiful hotel with very good food. Turn 4, downhill braking, so make sure your brake balance is well adjusted. In the rain, we brake at around 150 meters. Don't hit the curb on exiting, because it's very slippery in the rain. It's followed by turn 6, a fast left-hand bend. The car has to carry enough speed here. Take the outside line so that you can really carry a lot of speed, and that's exactly the same for turn 7. In turn 7, you have another long straight. At turn 8, you really have to watch out for aquaplaning, because the car can become very unstable in heavy rain. Turn 9, a fast right-hander. Approach on the outside and pick up enough speed again, paying particular attention to the track limits. The same is vital at the last corner, turn 10. Pay attention to the track limits at the exit, otherwise you'll lose the lap. This was a fast lap with me on my home track, the Red Bull Ring. Thank you for that, Horst Felix Felbermayr. The penultimate race weekend in the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. Before heading out onto the track, there's a briefing for the team bosses and drivers. It's all about the special features of the Red Bull Ring, the racing line, and track limits. Also present in the Fast One Make Cup, lots of women, a matter of course here. I am one of the 2 team managers, responsible for all the organization, all the race events, all the travel planning, all the other stuff to make sure that we end up where we are at the weekend. At the racetrack, I'm actually responsible for looking after the drivers. Naturally, we always have a bunch of guests there, sponsors, whether from the drivers or the team. We show them around a bit and how things work here, then keeping appointments, making sure the guys go to their briefings. In other words, the whole shebang, making sure that everything runs as it should. Women in motorsport is no longer a specialty, but part of everyday life. A lady driver also participates at the Red Bull Ring.
Porsche Sports Cup invited me to come here as part of the talent pool to be able to get insights into Carrera Cup.
Already among the leaders in the Porsche Sports Cup Deutschland, maybe soon in the Carrera Cup too, here gaining some very special insights this weekend.
4 years ago, I started with karting for 2.5 years. I used to race and compete in Bulgaria, Romania, and also I used to test in Italy. And then last year was my first ever season in a GT car with the GT4 Cayman Sports Cup. And then, of course, this year in the Cup car.
This lady has been around a while, the team manager of the ID racing team.
I've been in
motorsport for 30 years. I used to drive myself. I owe it all to my dad. A team boss passionate about motorsport. Like any team boss, I have my role in the team and organize everything around it. The drivers come to the racetrack, have their car here, have their team here. I am the contact person for everyone. I don't particularly see myself as the wife and mother of the team. Shoot a video clip yourself, then edit it and post it on social media afterwards? No problem for Sandra Lose. At Team 75, I do all the marketing, social media, PR, communications, and press releases. If you have special requests, you come to me. I then coordinate the appointments. The tasks at a motorsport weekend are many and varied. Here, the head of marketing talks business with her social media team. Before the race, we sit together, discuss my ideas, what I would like to have. We then discuss how they can be implemented. They show me what they've come up with, then we see if changes are needed. I also support Jenny with the organizational management. Jenny, Jennifer Leising, is team manager at Team 75 Bernhard and the sister of racing team owner Timo Bernhard.
Team
manager/team boss is a bit of a jack of all trades. I have to somehow take care of everything or at least have an overview of every area. Whether it's the technology in the car or the organization. As team boss, you have to wear the hat, so to speak. She's also familiar with the practical experience. I did a technical apprenticeship more than 30 years ago. Technical things suit me. I impressed people with my technical skills, so it didn't really matter that I'm a woman. Manthey Racing gives us another example of women in motorsport. Women are present in several areas. My job is technical customer racing. In other words, when customers have a problem they can't solve themselves, our team moves in. My specialty is electrics, which means everything to do with wiring harnesses, troubleshooting, and software. That's my main part. Technology and a passion for motorsport. Great reasons for working at the racetrack. As a child, I sat in front of the TV watching Formula One and DTM. I have always been infected by motorsport. When the time came, it was a step towards my dream job. I'm very happy to be where I am. I wouldn't want to change a thing. In the Carrera Cup, this guy is well in the lead. 3 wins, 10 podiums, and points almost always in double figures. 229 in total for Larry Tenforty, enough for the Dutchman to become champion early at the Red Bull Ring. So happy I've scored good championship points. Thanks to Proton Huber competition, I got well accustomed to the car. The 3-time champion remains cool. Doesn't really think in terms of points. Doesn't constantly do the math, but concentrates on achieving the best possible results in every race. You don't always have to win. You just have to have enough points at the end. I go in as open as possible. I do my best to move up. If Harry King, who was behind him in the standings, were to drop out again like at the Saxon Ring, then what happened a year ago at the Red Bull Ring could happen again. Larry Tenforty could once again become champion ahead of schedule and winner of the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland.
With the sounds of the Austrian mountains, we're heading into the 13th round of the season. Here we are with the pole sitter Alex Tauscher. Behind him we see a popular photo motif, Harry King's blue and green Allied racing car. But before it really starts, a last call to the mountains of Styria.
Welcome to our home race at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Let's go.
Auf geht's.
The sky is still grey, but at least there is no trace of rain like the day before. On a dry track, pole sitter Alex Tauscher gets off to a good start. Janes Styria, next to him on the other hand, has to let Harry King go. It's a bad start for Styria. Gaz Havercourt also overtakes him on the outside. You can literally see the sparkle in the eyes of the young Dutchman. However, a race has never been won in the first corner. Styria stays on it and tries it over the inside line. It is a great duel. And let's go on board with the local hero Horst Felix Felbermayr. The young Austrian is fighting for positions in midfield. The same applies to Soren Spreng, also to Michael Essmann, Keanu Bloom and Gianluca Tusharuglu. 4 cars side by side through turn 4. That's never the best idea.
Gianluca was on the outside in turn 4 and unfortunately got bumped. In the end, there was no more room for him, and he landed in the gravel. Over for today. Be back tomorrow.
So while one disappointed driver makes his way back to the paddock, the others continue behind the safety car. Alex Tauscher, of course, still in the lead. Harry King, though, close behind him. So the upper hand at the restart. Who will it be retained by? Well, as Alex Tauscher gets going, that's the man. The German driver was able to put a good car length between himself and the British driver. Further back, everything is much closer together, so narrow that Theo Uverhaus briefly loses his perspective.
After the safety car, things got really hairy. There was gravel on the outside curb in turn 4. The first 3 drivers saw it. I was the first not to see it. Flynn and I slid into the gravel. I then slipped back into midfield. That's when things really got going with Huub van Eindhoven, Robert de Haan and Marvin Klein. When you're battling those 3 guys, you give it your all, and that's what we did.
Well then, let's take a look at the aforementioned battles for position. Into the cockpit of the young Dutchman de Haan we go. He grabs Uverhaus on the inside. However, the good side suddenly becomes bad, as the car with number 14 has the furthest way to the next corner. Marvin Klein uses the slipstream to get closer to the 2 duelists. A great lap-long 3-way battle in front of the picturesque Alpine panorama, a sight that Keanu Bloom knows very well. Currently, however, the young Austrian has 2 Pro-Ams in mind. The focus is on the mentor of Bastian Buus, the 2023 Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup champion.
First time back here in 15 years, and things really got cracking. I truly enjoyed battling with the guys for the first 2 or 3 laps. Unfortunately, there was a collision and a spin out at the end, but there's another race tomorrow.
The collision throws Schlernsen out of the competition for the Pro-Am podium. Further ahead, things continue to get going. De Haan here sensing perhaps the chance. And sure enough, he slips through on the inside. Uverhaus, therefore, having to fight for every centimetre of tarmac. Klein also manages to squeeze past. It almost gets worse for the Bonk Motorsport driver, because Ariel Levy and James Kellett have also smelled the opportunity. To put it into some perspective, the 12th place is currently being fought for here. That's what makes the Porsche One-Make Cup so very special. Nothing has changed at the top so far, but Alex Tauscher has been given a warning for track limits, but the number 13 is not alone in this. At the halfway point of the race, there are an incredible number of track limit infringements. My screen isn't big enough to accommodate all of them. Therefore, several drivers have to be very careful indeed. And that is especially true for those place swappers. Because there is no doubt about it, King is aggressive. We're on board with the Harry King now, chasing down and placing that car everywhere so that it is constantly in the rear view mirror of the leading car. Some adjustments being made by Harry King, trying to give himself the perfect opportunity. So as we complete yet another lap here at the Red Bull Ring, that means the start-finish straight awaits. And of course, turn 1, 2, 3, that fantastic sequence of turns. Tauscher takes a nice wide line, ducks back in to turn back. So as the cars now head up towards turn number 3, 235 kilometers per hour. Heavy braking, first gear corner, 60 kilometers per hour. Harry King to the inside, squeezes Alex Tauscher. The two cars absolutely side by side. It is Allied Racing versus Proton Huber competition. Side by side, out towards turn number 4. The cars run now. Harry King will have the inside line. Is he going to be able to steal the lead away? Yes, he is. Alex Tauscher, having led every single lap so far, now has got to do the hunting. However, he cannot hunt for too long because Tauscher has to go in to the penalty lap.
As a racing driver, you always think you can get away with one more little thing. You're always pushing yourself. It's just how we are. It was one little thing too many. I got slapped with a penalty lap, and in the end, only P4.
It really is an unfortunate race outcome for the pole sitter. He narrowly misses the podium in P4. The race winner, however, is not interested in that. He has beaten his rivals on the track, secures his 4th win of the season, and thus also the chance of winning the championship. Big cheers on the pit wall, as well as in the winning car.
Fantastic way to bounce back. We came from 3rd on the grid, so we had to work hard for it, and made a decisive overtake at the midpoint of the race, and that's ultimately what gave us the win. And once I had some clean air in front of me, we developed a gap and proved our dominance. So very pleased, happy to repay the team with such a good result.
Harry King racked up vital points towards the championship. The battle for the top remains exciting. Michael Esmond wins the Pro-Ams on Saturday. The Red Bull Ring is always awesome. The win means the championship will see a thrilling end. The championship for the Pro-Am title is also far from decided. Michael Esmond continues to close the gap on leader Søren Sprang. In the rookies category, young up-and-coming driver Cas Havercourt wins the first race at the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, I mean, it feels great, of course, to become 2nd here and P1 in rookies. Good points. We needed that one, I think. We did a good job for the championship.
In the end, one of these 3 young men will claim the championship in the rookie classification. Will the 2024 rookie champion be Robert De Haan, Cas Havercourt, or Flint Schuring?
This is a vlog of today. We're doing the Bayern Munich beer Oktoberfest. Hey, lookies, you're getting it heavy already.
A little competition of a different kind. Discipline number 1, who can hold the beer mug the longest? Flint Schuring seems to be doing well, until his arm starts shaking. A good time, over 3 minutes. Next up, Robert De Haan lifts the 1-liter jug, and then puts it down again. His time, over 3 minutes. Cas Havercourt shows off a bit by doing it with his left hand. But for how long?
2:55. Well, the time goes really slow.
He too holds on over 3 minutes, 4 seconds longer than Robert De Haan.
Holding a beer. We had a big glass with water then.
Should have trained my shoulders a bit more. Then we had to flip beer, veeltjes, I know it is, but the competitive nature always comes out, but still fun.
Next game, who can flip and snatch the largest batch of coasters? It's a simple flip and catch game. Well, maybe simple is not quite the right word here.
Oh! Oh! It was a flip. Oh, yeah, it was a flip. Come on, boys!
The last game we did is called Nagen, I think, and this one was quite funny to do.
It has to do with a simple hammer, a nail, and a piece of wood. It at least seems quite simple. With one hand behind your back, you must hit the nail with as much force as possible. It's how the Bavarians do it.
I mean, it was quite fun to do, of course, to have the Bavarian Oktoberfest games. I mean, that was quite fun. A close game, but I won it, so that's great, of course.
Fashion Bua, I have no idea.
Nice looking guy, huh? Thank you, Fashion Bua.
Also on the program at Austria's Red Bull Ring, the autograph session in the paddock of the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. It's a great atmosphere here, and the way the cars drive up and down is very impressive to watch. Climb inside the cab, take the passenger seat of a Carrera race taxi, and enjoy the experience of a lifetime and see for yourself what a fast racing Porsche can do. An experience words can't describe. It's a unique experience, feeling the centrifugal forces pushing you into the seat. 3 weeks ago at the Sachsenring, these taxi rides were a very special highlight. I'm Alex Tauscher, and now I'm going to drive my parents dizzy. Off we go on a brisk lap with the Tauscher family. Alex, drive slowly. Oh my God. Don't drive like that with your mom. She won't survive it. You're completely bananas. Oh my God. Dad is certainly impressed. Now it's Mom's turn. But first, what did Dad think of it? Something must have gone wrong in his upbringing. I don't know what to say. I'm still shaking at the moment. It's indescribable. It's crazy that it works at all. I thought I'd lose my lunch in there. Anything else would be a lie. Madness. Complete madness. Hats off. I'll take off all my hats. I could never have imagined it like that. Kiss my hiney. There's no other way to put it. I don't know what to expect. I hope he doesn't go too fast. And off we go with Mama on board. It's over, thank God. You were much more relaxed than Dad. Had I known what was coming, I would have been scared. It was, wow. You underestimate it when you watch from outside. That's crazy. You can't put it in words. It was simply great. Nice. It was really fun. Let's have some more fun now with race number 2 at the Red Bull Ring. And here he is, starting Sunday's race from pole position, Flint Schuring. The rookie wants to give it a go on the Formula One racetrack. We're here on the 7th of 8 race weekends, entering the really hot phase of the season. Just the fact that the decision is still open in all 3 championship categories shows how exciting it is, and the high class of our field.
So, one last photo, then it's off. 3, 2, 1, we are go. A great start from Flint Schuring, and that comes off best. Kaz Havercourt behind, and then it gets really tight. The 2 championship leaders are giving each other something of a treat. Larry Tenvorder and Harry King don't give each other even an inch. And it intensifies, both late on the brakes and have to take something of a long detour. Tenvorder obviously not very happy about this. Robert De Haan, well, he will try and make profit from the dispute that's going on. Great pictures that the onboard provides us with. And speaking of onboard, what's going on in the midfield? Alex Tauscher is filmed, and yet another car goes into the gravel.
I got spun around in turn 4. The car was badly damaged. I'm glad I was able to drive at all. It's really a shame the weekend ended like this, happening twice after starting from the pole position.
For Tauscher, it is only enough for 16th place in the end, a result that the Huber Proton competition team does not like. Kaz Havercourt won't like this view here either. From here on, he only sees Harry King's tail lights. The Briton is very fast and is chasing the leader. It is bumper to bumper. King and Flint Schuring dash towards the home straight. King tries everything that he can, really everything. But Schuring makes a terrific save. It's a great performance from the 18-year-old. If it is up to Soren Spring, however, not every duel has to be so hard. The best Pro-Am driver of the season has to take something of a hard hit here.
I was overtaken by one of the pros who had fallen back a bit. I left him enough space in turn 3, but he let himself be carried out to where I was then. He bumped me, which broke the steering, forcing me into the grass.
An advertising board shatters into 1,000 pieces. One car becomes a refuse collector.
As a driver, you don't know exactly what's up. Someone up front smashed a barrier. The water and oil temperature started rising, so I eased off the throttle and let the car roll a lot. That worked out well. I was able to get the car across the finish line.
Now this young man doesn't notice any of this. Flint Schuring races undeterred to his first victory. After brother Moritz, he is already the second Schuring to win a race in the prestigious One Make Cup at the tender age of 18.
Had a good get-off. Managed to go through corner 1 in P1 and then just kept pushing.
His first victory in the Carrera Cup. The 18-year-old Dutchman wins ahead of Harry King and Cas Havercourt.
The second race, we didn't quite go to plan. We were closing up on the race victory. Strongest points all this year. Very happy for the job from the work.
Larry 1040 finishes in P3 and 4th. A very good day. I made the most of it. I used my head and I'm happy with the points. It will all be decided at the grand finale at Germany's Hockenheim Ring, where another exciting season will celebrate its fitting conclusion. Then will we know the names of the 3 new Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup champions in the overall, rookie, and Pro-Am classifications.